All right, let's get our hands dirty. In this video, we're going to install Ollama, learn the handful of commands that you'll actually use day to day, pick the right Gamma 4 model for your hardware, and pull it down. By the end, you're going to have a real AI model sitting on your desk ready to go. So first, well, what is Ollama and why are you actually using it? I'd like you to think of Ollama as a local model server. If you've ever used Docker, this is going to feel really familiar. Docker made running complicated software as easy as typing a single command, and it handled all the messy setup for you. Ollama does exactly that, but for large language models. It will download the model, set up everything that it needs to run, and give you a clean, simple way to talk to it, either from your own terminal or over a local API. You don't have to think about model formats, GPU drivers, or any of the usual headaches and things that you need to worry about, such as tokenizers. Ollama just handles it. So let's install it. Well, the good news is that it's straightforward on every platform. If you go to ollama.com, you'll see how to install it, and the easiest path is from there. I'm running this on a Mac, and in Mac OS, you can either use the curl commands that's here on the home page, or you can click Download Ollama, which will allow you to download the executable. On Windows, there's the same thing. You have this IRM command that you can paste into PowerShell, or you can download the installer. And on Linux, you have to do the curl command to download the installer. It's pretty much the same idea for all of them. Follow the usual installation instructions and you'll be good to go. Now, no matter what platform you're on, the next thing that you need to do, of course, is confirm that the install worked. So I'm now in the terminal and I can type Ollama -- version. And if you see a response here, like in this case, it's version 0.30.7, congratulations, you're good to go. You may have a later version by the time you're watching this. If you get a command not found or another error, just make sure that the app finished installing and that you've actually launched it at least once. If you're having any trouble, maybe try rebooting or go back to the install. Now, I'd like to give you a quick tour of the commands that you're going to be using all the time. There's really only a few, but they're all pretty intuitive. The first of them is Ollama list. And this will show you every model that you've got downloaded locally. And right now, it's probably going to be empty for you, and that's fine, we're going to fix that. In my case, you see I have a few models here already, a couple of Gemmas, Qwen, and GPT-OSS. Ollama pull, and I'll type it like this, is the one that downloads a model from the Ollama library to your machine without running it. You just simply name the model, like for example, I've already downloaded Gamma 4E4B. Ollama run is the one that you're likely going to use the most. If you don't have the model already, it will download it. And if you do have it, it's going to open up a chat session and get you chatting with it right away. So again, if I try Ollama run Gamma 4E4B, we'll see that it actually starts running the model and get me straight into an interactive chat session. So I can say like, hello, and then it will respond, hello, how can I help you today? /by will just get me out of the chat session. And the other command that's important is Ollama serve. And you'll be using this one a lot in the course. And what that does is it starts an Ollama server manually. Now, most of the time, you're not going to need this because the desktop app already runs the server for you in the background. And if you look closely up here, you see I have the desktop app already running, which is why it says the address is already in use. Anyway, the whole idea behind this one is that at this server, you're going to have a HTTP endpoint that you can use to talk to your Ollama model. Now, earlier I've downloaded Gamma 4, but you haven't done that yet. So let's take a look at how you would do that. If you head to ollama.com, as we've done here, and we go to models, and up here we can search models. So I'm going to search for Gamma 4, and we'll see that Gamma 4 is at the top of the list, but there's all these other Gamma 4s, and these are versions of it that other people have fine-tuned and made available for you. But I'm just going to use the base Gamma 4. And if I select that, we'll see, if we scroll down, there's lots of different variants, right? There's the E2B, E4B that you saw earlier. There are larger ones, 12, 26, and 24. And there's various different ones that you can use. An important thing to take a look at here is the size of the model. And this will give you a rough guesstimate for how it's going to run in your machine. And that is important because you do have to think about choosing the right size of model for your machine. So we can see Gamma 4 comes in several sizes, and while bigger is usually better, it's not automatically better for every scenario. Bigger models can be more capable, but they need more RAM and they run slower, especially if you don't have a GPU. So here's how I'd like you to think about it. If you're on a typical laptop, start with one of the smaller models like the E2B or the E4B. The E4B is the default that you get if you just type Gamma 4. As you can see, it's around 10 gigabytes, 9.6 gigabytes. It's a great all-rounder that will run really well on most modern laptops. If you're really tight on memory, take a look at the E2B. It's smaller and it's lighter. If you've got a machine with solid GPU and plenty of RAM, or if you have an M series Mac that has plenty of RAM, you can even step up to the 12, 26, or 31B for more capability. I run the 26B on this machine without breaking a sweat, and it's amazing. So my advice though is start small. Get something running, get a feel for the speed on your machine, and you can size it up later if you want more. You can have several models downloaded all at the same time, like I do, and you can switch between them freely. So let's take a look at pulling one model. The simplest possible command is just Ollama pull Gemma 4 like we did earlier. Now it's going to pull the manifest, and because I have Gemma 4 already, you see it works really quickly. For you, it's going to download the 9.6 gigabytes, and that's going to take a little while. While it's downloading, let me explain a term that you're going to see a lot, and that's quantization. You'll notice that some model tags have things in them like Q4 or Q8. What that means is generally the quantization. The model's weights are just numbers, they're often 32-bit, and quantization is how we can reduce them to make them smaller. A Q8 model will store them in 8 bits. It's obviously less accurate than the 32-bit, but it's surprisingly accurate overall, and it runs really well on a laptop. A Q4 model will compress it down to 4 bits, that's about half the size of that, smaller, faster, and uses less memory. And there's only a small drop in quality compared to the 8-bit, but you do want to compare it against the native 32-bit. So my recommendation for local use on a laptop, the Q4 quantizations are usually that sweet spot. Start with them anyway and try it out. It becomes a trade-off, quality versus speed and size, but the nice thing is Ollama picks that sensible default for you. So once your download finishes, you can just type Ollama list, and you'll see the model, and hopefully it's there. Hopefully you'll see Gemma 4 on the list and you're ready to go. That's the whole setup. You've installed Llama, you know the core commands, you've chosen the model that fits your hardware, and you've got Gemma 4 downloaded. So in the next video, we're going to actually start talking to it. I'll see you there.